we go again. Trying hard, but you wanna be my friend.
Hey, I have fun look for you guys today. I wanted to do Cleopatra since so long. I just never got around doing it. But as October was about to end, I just had this sudden burst of energy after like 2 Red Bull and 1 giant cup of coffee. I couldn't go to sleep, so I just sat down and created this. It's 3:30 a.m. This is such an easy, fun, sexy look. It's not over the top and we're keeping it classy. So you can wear this at any Halloween party and look the part. I have always enjoyed creating something that reflects powerful personality like her, Cleopatra. I hope you enjoyed too. I mean, I was so stoked for this one. I had nothing planned. I literally got up like 7 times to get the products that I wanted to use while I was doing my makeup because I had nothing planned for this. I just sat down and started. Do you guys ever feel like that? Like you have so much creativity flowing through, but you just can't execute it for days and then one day it just pours. Before we start, I wanted to remind you guys to hit that like button, and if you're new here, consider subscribing. I post regular makeup and skincare videos. Plus, if you want to see more videos like this, I'll just link that my playlist over here somewhere, or check out my playlist for that. So it's going to be full face of heavy makeup, so I'm prepping my face with Decca Rosy Face Serum. We're gonna start with eyes because we're gonna have a lot of fallout and a lot of glitter, so we don't want that glitter on foundation. First we're starting with the eyes and we're gonna prime with NYX eyeshadow base in white. This one is good, but there are other cheaper options out there, and if you don't feel like NYX, just look out for that. But for this look, it is very important to apply eyeshadow primer. You want it to last for few hours if you're attending any Halloween party, or I'm assuming that's the reason you would do such makeup, but it's again very dramatic heavy look, so primer is a must. Now the first step for the eyeshadow, since we're doing a cut crease, the easiest way would be to shape that by drawing where you want your crease, and I'm using a very defined and thin brush for this, and you can use eyeshadow or any brown color or even black to make this line. Okay, next we're going to apply the glitter on the lid. Eventually I'd go in again with a loose glitter or mousse glitter to really give it a oomph factor, but this is just to set the base. All you have to do is apply a small amount, one layer, and make sure that you cover every part of your lower lid completely. Next we're going to apply a cut crease color, and we're using this Nicka K eyeshadow palette in Birthday Cake, and the brush I'm using for this is Pro Arte PE29. Something I like to do for more definition after I apply the shadow, I would blend it in a bit, and I use like a small, very small eyebrow brush and just go over on the edges of your creasing, just so that we can have that real cut. Next we're going to use lighter blue shade, and I'm using NYX Ultimate Eyeshadow Palette in Bright. We're just going to use this lighter shade here and mainly to blend out more of the blue that we just put. This is such an easy hack. If you don't have like good hand on blending yet, just go in with a lighter shade of that same tone after a darker one and blend it with a very light stroke. You'll like your entire upper lid is going to look blended. I'm using Pro Arte PE23 for this blending. This is slightly bigger blending brush. I'm blending it, but I'm avoiding any sort of ombre, a sort of smoky look, which I would normally go for in this time. But when you look at any historical documentaries or even movies, like every eye look is very defined and not blended into each other at all. Now I'm gonna go over with light bone color matte shadow, and for that I'm using PAC Cosmetic Last Wish palette. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place today. I did not get time to find one palette that covered my entire look. I'm basically constantly getting up and going all the way to where my vanity is and picking this different palette as I think of the next step and what I want next. So I really should start planning my look before I sit down. Okay, we cleaned our face of any fallout. Now we are using foundation. This is TV Paint Stick from Krylon, and this is in the shade F28. I love this as a full coverage base, especially if you're going to be in front of camera or going to get your pictures taken. So this is the best option for that. I have detailed review on this stick. I'll link it below somewhere in description box. If you're interested, check that out. And remember, this is a Halloween look, so the eyes are already very dramatic, so you're gonna wanna also have to use a thicker foundation, because then it looks weird. If not, like if it's so light and see-through with your heavy eyes, it's going to look weird. I'm using round kabuki brush from ProArt. It's called AK42. This is going to help me blend the thick foundation or any cream foundation. This is the best brush for it. We applied color correction, and now the next step is concealer. This is the PAC Cosmetic Derma one, and I'm using the lightest shade, and I think this is called Ivory. We are just going to use this one to highlight our center of our face. Not entire face, but normally what we would do with a concealer is just highlight under eyes and certain part of the area or conceal correct. But for this one, I particularly feel like for the Halloween, I really want my face to be chiseled, and I'm not only going to focus on the contouring, I'm also going to focus on highlighting of my face. That's why look how wide I have spread this concealer. Next, I'm going to contour. I'm picking this grayish dark brown shade here. And for face contour, I'm using PAC 237 brush. To buff that very straight thin lines, I'm using PAC concealer brush. I guess this one is called 219. Now for the powder, I'm using Face Canada Pro HD translucent powder. I'm going to use that all over my face, mostly focusing on my under eyes or wherever I applied that PAC Derma concealer, so that any cream product I normally go over with, I follow up with powder, so it sets and it settles and doesn't move for the longer period. Anyway, cream products are the base product if you really want your base to stay untethered for the longest hours. I'm using Insight eyeliner. This is very affordable eyeliner. I think this is under 100 bucks, 100 rupees, so very affordable, and I really prefer this eyeliner if I'm not going out and just doing this for the video, because it really stays. It's I think it's waterproof, and the only issue is that this Insight eyeliners, they don't come in matte, they are a bit shiny, so again it's a preference, but it doesn't irritate. The only problem is with the applicator. I wish it would have been different, like one that comes with Nykaa. But anyway, this is not a bad one. Really affordable choice, guys. I mean, I always have this in my vanity. So yeah, something, if you're going to take anything from this video, buy this eyeliner. This is just affordable and works just fine. Anyway, next we're going to use this gel liner. This one is from Inglot gel liner. It's called uh, it's the darkest one in the number 77. After the eyeliner, we apply the mascara, and this is the NYX one. It's called Worthy Hype. And after the mascara, we'll apply the falsies on. Next, I'm gonna bronze with Wet n Wild contouring palette. This one is called Caramel Toffee, I think. Again, very affordable choice. This MAC eyeshadow is my favorite for my under eyes, not under eyes, corner of my eyes, and arch bone highlight. Basically, this one is called Fluff Frost from MAC. So yeah, I always go in with this one to highlight my arch. Next, I'm picking this very cool tone highlighter from Peak and Almost Lavender color from this Soft X Revolution highlighter palette. This is the only highlighter palette I own, you guys. I don't own much in terms of highlighter. I always just give them away if I receive in PR. But yeah, this one I kept with me because it has so many ranges, so many colors, so many tones, and almost 3 different textures, so I kind of like carrying this one. Next, for the lips, I'm using this lip liner from Pack Cosmetic again. This one is called it doesn't have specific name, it's just called Lip Pencil, and it's in the shade Mauve. Now for the last thing, I'm going to be applying little bit of blush. I'm using Milani Baked Powder Blush in Luminoso. I think everyone has this one at this point now. This is just very famous one, an affordable one. I hope you guys liked it. This is it. It makes me so happy that you made it till the end, and please comment with this emoji so I know you watched the entire thing. I mean, I'm grateful that you watched it, but I also have trust issues, so yeah. All right, bye.